Wike versus Obi, party hopping leadership. Today we are here in Face-to-Face TV to talk about the recent statement made by Minister Nyesom Wike of People's Democratic Party during their last Congress. Wike made a statement just like we are going to see in this video.
It requires firmness. Leadership requires commitment. What you see that had happened, defection of some governors who have left, have only shown you they lack the leadership traits. I liken them like the former presidential candidate of Labour Party. The presidential candidate of Labour Party before wanted to be president, and they gave him a platform, and that platform was Labour Party. When crisis came in Labour Party, it is that time it is required for him to show leadership. He ran away because he could not solve problems.
You heard it, that he mentioned Obi's leaving Labour Party was as a result of incompetency. Well, I'm not here alone in the studio today. Remember, it's Face-to-Face TV. I have my own friend and brother, someone who is in love with politics. I want to diagnose and analyze this topic today. I have with me here in the studio Comrade Ochilo Kisley. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. I
also have a friend and a brother, your favorite analyst, Chashedi. Chashedi, you're welcome.
Hi, thank you so much.
All right, so I want to ask this question. Chashedi, considering the situation of Obi leaving Labour Party for ADC, just like Wike had said that it is a result or a show of incompetency, do you think it is his fault or the party's fault?
Well, I don't want to say it is his fault or not his fault, but I will strongly support the statement of the Minister of FCT that it shows a high level of incompetence from Peter Obi. If you are aspiring to be the president of this country, we are, Nigeria, we have bigger problems in this country.
Yeah.
And now, because of little crisis in your party, you are running away.
Was that crisis so little?
It was little. It's something that can be solved.
Okay.
Now, he ran away because of small crisis. Imagine when he becomes the president of this country. There is a way terrorists will bomb one or two places and he will run away from Nigeria.
Wow.
So that doesn't show somebody who is ready to serve a country like Nigeria.
Wow. So, Comrade Ochilo Kisley, do you think it is the party's fault? Do you think the party should be blamed for this particular act of Obi absconding to ADC?
Okay. Like my brother has rightly said, for me, if you ask me, I will say that the fault is not from Obi himself.
Okay.
Rather, it is from the party itself, because this party is like a platform that Obi is using to, tell Nigerians that look at what I can do and look at what I can do to fix the country. Are you getting it? So, since this platform is not providing you that opportunity, the platform, we all know that Labour Party had an issue.
Yeah.
The issue of fractions.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? So, I believe that the Peter Obi that we know must have tried his best in making sure that this fraction of a thing, this problem gets solved. But, when he discovered that there's no headway, all he needed to do in order not to disappoint Nigerians, in order to push his good ambitions for Nigerians, he had to switch over to the next party. He did not run away from the country, neither did he quit politics. Instead, what he did was to go to another political platform in order to push his ambition.
I want to ask, are you not seeing this as a sign of weakness? Just like a father in a home where he, in a particular home or his compound, as the most eldest, and then there's a problem that needs to be solved. We all have factions in our homes, and then instead of trying to solve this problem, he decides to change surname to another party. I want to confirm from you, Comrade Ochilo.
Okay, let me still ask you a question. If you're in your house and there's this fire outbreak, will you still be in that house?
I won't be in the house. I will look for a way to quench the fire.
You won't be in the house. Like I already said, I've said it before that Peter Obi that I know must have done his best in uniting the party, Labour Party. You get it? But you know the country that we find ourselves into now. There must be oppositions that must have planted that problem in order to shatter it.
Okay, is that what it is?
So since for him not to disappoint Nigeria or for him to disappoint the opposition, he had to say, okay, I must continue with my line. Then he now had to transfer from Labour Party to ADC. So I don't see it as a kind of weakness in any way. We can only call it weakness had it been that he came out to say, I am done with politics. I'm no longer interested. I can't continue with the race. Fine and good, you now say, okay, this man is a weakling. But that's not the case. He's still in the race, and we believe that something positive will come out of him.
Okay, Chashedi, I want to ask you, the obedient wave that we had last time, if you look at what is happening in this period, it is no longer as big or as loud as it was last time. So, do you think it is as a result of him leaving the party, or Nigerians may have had somebody else they want to support?
You know, no matter how we try to sweet talk it, Peter Obi was just an opportunist who took in the opportunity that presented itself in the last election because of the poor leadership of the ex-president of the country, President Muhammadu Buhari. You know, his administration was poor, and Peter Obi, by the grace of God, had a little integrity in governing Anambra State. So he now took in that opportunity. He now took that opportunity to preach to the Nigerians. However, what has reduced his love? Well, yes, his love has reduced. The applaud and all those things, it has reduced. But I would say that what made it to calm down is because Nigerians are beginning to lose faith in Peter Obi. And one of the reasons why we are losing faith in Peter Obi is because we don't want to waste our votes again. Now, after voting for Peter Obi, I remember what happened in the last election. After voting for Peter Obi, Nigerian youths were ready to march to the collation center to stand for what they believe is right. Because we already saw it that the judiciary is not going to give us our desired result. But what did Peter Obi do? He told everybody to go back to his house and sleep, that he will go to the judiciary, that he has all the evidences, that he trusts the court to give him his mandate. You know, and everybody went to sleep. Before the next morning, they announced the result. What did Peter Obi do? He came to one interview and he was crying. Do you want to win an election with emotions? You don't win an election in Nigeria with emotions. You must come out fiercely to take it. The politics in Nigeria is more serious than what we have in most African countries. So if you must contest to be the president of this country, you must be dogged. You must have what it takes and not hopping from one place to the other.
Now, going back to Wike's statement, I want to ask, Comrade, Wike is a PDP chieftain, we all know. But Wike has working for the APC government. And now he's still trying to talk about Obi leaving Labour Party for ADC for his own good. Now I want us to relate the two persons or the two personalities. Don't you think Wike is doing something that the Bible says, leaving the log in your eyes and talking about the weed in another person's eye?
It's just like a pot calling kettle black. Are you getting it? Because you are calling Peter to be someone being incompetent, someone that is not trustworthy, because he left Labour Party. That was in crisis, because I believe so much that Labour Party is not in crisis. Just like what Dr. Alex Oti said a few days ago. He said that the Supreme Court has settled the case concerning Labour Party and all the problems they are having. So now for Minister Wike to be calling our Peter Obi an incompetent fellow or someone that is not trustworthy because he jumped from Labour Party to ADC, I don't think it's the right word for him to use, because he claimed to be a PDP member.
Yeah.
but you are working, in fact you are a minister in the government of APC.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to say here? So for me, from what you asked my brother concerning the love that Nigerians have for Peter Obi, why the wave went down or not the rest, it shouldn't be addressed to Peter Obi as a person.
Okay.
Instead, it should be addressed to the electoral process and system that we have in Nigeria. We all know that Peter Obi won the 2023 elections. We know. But as a result of the factors or the powers that be or that may be, he was rigged and robbed of his mandate. So what I think that made that wave to go down is what we call voter apathy. Because I will come out on the day of election, I will queue in under the sun or in the rain to vote. After voting, my vote won't count. They will still take the vote to the person that they prefer. So I don't think it's something that has to do with Peter Obi as a person. Instead, we should accuse the electoral system, the processes involved in electing, let's say, the president or the governor or any other office.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Peter Obi now as the chief opposition or one of the chief oppositions in this country, since 2023 that this particular electoral process robbed him of what he claimed to have won. What has he done as a chief opposition to make sure that this process does not repeat itself by 2027? Has he done anything significant? The last time he talked about it, apart from his normal "I strongly condemn" on Facebook and on Twitter, that is his normal statement, "I strongly condemn." Apart from that strongly condemning, he does not do any other thing to that effect. The last time was when he went to join people, who were at Abuja, protesting in front of the National Assembly for electoral reform. He went there all alone, but he has millions of supporters in this country. Why didn't he go there with those millions of supporters to demand what is right that will elect him in?
Do you think at the end of the day that the whole thing will still make a difference?
Let me tell you, the government does not have any power if not the ones that the people give them. The power that the government has is the people. That's why they say government is democracy is government of people. We are practicing democracy here.
We suppose we are practicing what?
For the contest, we are practicing democracy. So if he had gone there with majority, two things will happen. Is that they will do the right thing by making the right corrections in the electoral process reform, or we'll start from there to have the revolution. Because if you continue like this, by 2027 it is going to be a walkover for Tinubu. Peter Obi knows this thing. He knows it.
Now back to the question of Wike's statement against Peter Obi and he's working for APC as a minister. Do you think he had the right, or do you think he was right calling, just like he said, calling Kettle black when they are almost doing the same thing but in different ways? Do you think that statement was right?
Let me tell you, Wike is somebody who understands the politics of Nigeria.
Okay.
Do you understand? And then he is playing the politics so well.
Okay.
Do you understand? Is he not in PDP?
Mm-hmm.
Don't we have crisis in PDP? I'm asking you.
There may be.
There is crisis in PDP. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, we still have factions in PDP. Do you understand? But then he has also maintained relevance in PDP. He didn't leave PDP, even when he had the opportunities to leave PDP and go for something bigger in APC. But he didn't leave. He's still there. Why did Peter Obi have to leave Labour Party? Now, one other problem I have with Peter Obi is that he does not plan. He is not a good strategist. If Peter Obi was a good strategist, since you know that the crisis in Labour Party started because you are not the person who formed that party, what happened to forming your own party since 2023? You had all the support. What happened to registering a political party by 2023? So that by now you won't be contesting the party's ticket with anybody. As I'm talking with you now, Peter Obi does not know if he's going to get ADC ticket. a whole presidential candidate that wants to win an election.
Well,
it's not yet time.
But we can't be so sure about that.
He doesn't know.
It's not yet time until it is time.
He's contesting against Tinubu. Tinubu, as at 2023, already knows that he's contesting.
No, let me. That will bring to the question of, does the party really matter? Like in to win election, does the party name really matter?
It's not like the party name actually matters. I think that is one of the things that Peter Obi proved in the last election, that once you have the love of the people, no matter where you're coming from. But we cannot outlook the fact that you still need to use a party name to appear under the ballot box.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm trying to find out is, does the party I want to use to contest the election really matter?
If it's APC, it matters. If it's not APC, it does not matter.
That's because APC is on seat.
See, for me.
So what do you think?
For me, in politics, political parties matter.
Okay.
Because that is why you see one politician belonging to one political party or the other. It is a platform. Political party is a platform that helps you or projects you to contest for elections.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, in Nigeria, as we are talking, in Nigeria, there are people that when you mention APC to them, even if you are Jesus Christ in that political party called APC, they will never vote for you as a result of that name, APC. I know why they are talking about that. So political party matters a lot, but when you mention, let's say, Labour Party, everybody will like Peter Obi, and you know the kind of message that he dishes out. So for me, as a person, and for you other people out there, political party matters a lot because it is a platform. It is a platform that helps you to contest for political elections.
Now, I want to ask finally, on this issue of Wike, because the statement really got me, and I know also that so many Nigerians are also concerned about the statement. Do you think this is Wike trying to tell Obi to do the right thing, or do you think this is about trying to create a sort of rivalry against Obi ahead of the election in 2023, Charles?
Well, for me, I don't see the answer there. I would say this is Wike telling Peter Obi the hard truth that his supporters do not want to tell him. Do you understand? Peter Obi left Labour Party. That is just the fact, because of crisis, and he ran to ADC. Don't we have crisis in ADC?
Would you have stayed?
If I had that opportunity that Peter Obi has, I would stay in Labour Party and I will deal with that problem decisively. Peter Obi does not have the guts to deal with that problem decisively. That is why he ran away. He ran to where he thinks there is no problem, where he thinks there is peace, where he thinks that he will just get it at the platter of good. And that is why till now he does not know his left from his right in the new party where he went to.
I wouldn't want to oblige to this thing, but then let's hear from you, Richard Ojulo.
For me, I will, to what Minister Wike said.
Yeah.
Let's look at it as it's coming from opposition.
Okay.
In Nigeria, in politics, there must be opposition. In fact, the sweetness of politics is opposition. Yeah. If there is no opposition, sometimes opposition helps to direct or shape the ideology of a particular or the power, the party in power. Are you getting it? So for me, I am only seeing what Minister Wike says as a word coming from the opposition.
Is it true?
Condemning him and his political party. Just like in Niger State here also. The APC government, they have been condemning the party of Dr. Lesoto, which is Labour Party. Whether he's doing good or he's not doing good, they must criticize. I see what Wike, let's just call it that he just criticized Peter Obi.
So you're not seeing it as a way of correcting the ills of, if there is a ill Obi had done, you're seeing that this is trying to prove Obi incompetent. He's just trying to make Obi look small before the eyes of his supporters.
Why will he use such words to make Peter Obi small in the eyes of the supporters? He claimed to be a PDP man, but he is still working for APC. So why will he be condemning someone when he knows that his own case is even the worst.
It was not a nomination that he got.
A nomination, will they just nominate him without him working for
because
them? It's not possible.
He was nominated because of his political competence.
It's not about political competence. It's about he in politics is give in, give out.
Okay.
If you work, they will give you.
Yeah.
So does it mean
it's just like investment?
So you are saying that Obi has not invested in Nigeria?
I'm not saying in Nigeria. I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about this.
The parties
now.
Involved, okay.
That is Labour Party. That is which is PDP
and APC.
of Wike,
yeah.
and APC and Labour Party.
Yeah.
That's what let's just let the context.
You know when you talk about this crisis and you narrow it down to Abia State, and you mention the likes of Alex. So did you know that as I'm talking with you now, I don't think we have up to 5 people who still have political office that is still in a Labour Party except Alex. But did he run away? This is a man that has the balls. Did you think that if Alex was in a Peter Obi's shoe that he will run away from Labour Party? What has he not seen that will make him to join APC or go to another party? Even when the crisis, the faction in Labour Party that was leading Labour Party when Peter Obi left was still against Alex Oti. It wasn't his faction. Did he leave Labour Party? We are talking about people who know what is at stake and they have what it takes to combat that thing. And that is why we have Alex Oti still in Labour Party. Peter Obi will just run away.
Well, however, whatever, whenever, we keep something is becoming more funny than I imagined it. I'm just
sorry to cut you short. Personally, I love Peter Obi. Okay. I voted for him in the last election, and then there is still high probability that I'm going to vote for him again. In fact, if I go to vote on that day, I will vote for him again. However, I am not impressed with his political strategy, with his political strength. He needs to do more. He needs to make statements that are bold enough to show that he has the balls to deliver on.
Statements like.
So what he said in the last interview he went to K High Club in Lagos State, Abuja. He made the statement. They asked him, "What would you have done if you won last election, and they rig it and give it to somebody else?" So what he said, "If I win any election in Nigeria, and for any reason you decide to manipulate the result to favor somebody else, is either you will reverse that result or there will be no president in this country."
What is he going to do? Is he going to fight?
For him to have won election, it means that he has the majority of the citizens of Nigeria behind him. Don't you understand?
Something could have been done. Something could
have been done.
Yeah, I think I am understanding where you're coming from. But however, what I'm trying to say in a sense is that we are just doing this to ensure that people out there understands the essence of politics. You know, when you must have chosen to go into politics or into power, you must have the balls and the guts to face whatever comes out of it. And defecting from one party to another may not really be a chance, may not really give you the chance to hold the position you want to. And then you know that something dies when your ambition dies. The good ideas and aspirations, those ambiguous manifesto that you have for your people, that's the moment your ambition dies. But till then, thank you and God bless you. Comrade Ochodo, thank you for being here, and Charles, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
Face to face, now they read my eyes. We dey talk with the young things where they touch